everyone,
Hello.
and welcome to Kirsty and Bryony's Comfort Zone.
I am Kirsty.
And I am Bryony, and we are here to travel the world of dreams in search of what on earth is going on inside our heads.
Have you been having many dreams? Are you a dreamy person?
Am I a dreamer? I'm something of a dreamer myself. Yes, but it got warm again. So I've not really been remembering them as much. Like I wake up and I'm like, I've had to dream.
Yeah.
But I've not really been able to remember much beyond being like, I'm pretty sure this person was in it. And like last night, I remember dreaming about making tiny little toys, like made of like felt. But I don't remember why or anything else. I just woke up like felt toys. And that was it.
Fair enough.
It's also been a bit strange because I visited my family home for a few days. And basically, when I moved out, my parents wasted absolutely no time in like completely getting rid of my room. And so now when I go home, it's not like I'm back to sleeping in my room. I sleep in what was my sister's room. So even though it's like familiar but strange.
Yeah.
So I always have trouble sleeping when I'm there because it takes like a few hours for me to sort of settle down and then a few days for me to get used to it. And I usually only stay like 2 or 3 nights. So by the time I'm used to it, I've gotten that. And it being so warm, I have not had very good sleep the last few nights. But I do have a dream to bring from
That's good.
back in the cooler days before the sun returned.
I'm kind of in the same boat with dreams. I've been having them, but I don't remember them.
Yeah.
Not at all. So I'm having to pull from the reserves.
I mean, I think I had a dream last night that was related to the book that I was reading. I think I was one of the characters and the other character was there. But I won't say what happens because I know a few people who listen to this who also want to read the book. So I won't give anything away. But it was it's not smut. I'll start by saying that.
All right.
But there are romantic elements, but in a way that it's like me on the bed kicking my feet like not like oh my.
No.
But yeah, I was reading the book on the train back and there was this man who I would describe as an older gentleman and I offered him my seat because it was a very full train and he was like, no, that's fine. That's very kind of you, but I'm okay to stand. And I was like, okay. And then he stood right next to me and then I opened the book and I like a few paragraphs down, I was like, oh, I really hope he cannot read this over my shoulder.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, that's unfortunate timing. And luckily the person sat next to me was asleep. So I was just trying to shield the book from both sides. but yes, my goodness.
Oh dear. It's okay. If he was an older gent, we can, maybe he didn't have his glasses on or something. You might have been safe.
Yeah. I almost bought the second book when I was back in Hertfordshire and I didn't. And now I finished the book today and I was like, why didn't I buy it? So here is my bit of advice to our good listeners. Go into bookshops and just buy books. Just don't, that little voice that says, maybe I shouldn't buy a book, ignore it. Buy all the books. That's my really good advice that will never backfire. Buy books.
Yeah. Buy all the books.
All of them.
Every single one.
Oh, it's like I was on my way to the train and we did stop into, because my town has a little Waterstones now, which it didn't when I was growing up. But my mum was like, oh, do you see anything you like? And I was just like, yes, on every shelf. Like I have a problem. She was like, oh, just buy one. Just treat yourself. I was like, Mother, Don't encourage it.
Don't encourage it, please.
But here I am encouraging it very much. So
you need someone to encourage it every now and then, I think.
Yeah. I then called Alex when I got on the train and I was like, oh, guess what? I went into a bookshop and I didn't buy any books. And he was like, I'm very proud of you. And I was like, yes, do I deserve a treat? And he was just like, the treat cannot be books. I was like, oh.
What? What the heck? What's the point?
Yeah, should have just bought a book then. But I'm sort of like quite behind on my reading goal for the year. So I'm taking all of the reading time whilst I can. And I've been reading quite, I don't think this is cheating. I've been reading quite short books and not
That's
challenging
not
books.
A book's a book.
Yeah. I mean, some of the classics are quite short. So like, I think Christmas Carol isn't that long, about 150 pages maybe. And, who's going to say that Christmas Carol is not a book? I'll fight them. I think it's 150 pages.
I'll fight them.
I'll fight them. Fight anyone who tells me not to read. How long is it? Christmas Carol. I'm pretty sure it's around about that. Oh, let me just browse books. Whilst I...
Oh, no.
Page count. Oh, apparently it was 84 pages. Is that? Oh, 166 pages. That was a different version. Okay, well, it was, what, 16 pages between friends?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you reading anything at the moment?
No, I have books that I started reading ages ago, but I've not touched them in a while. I kind of feel like I've got loads of video games on the go right now. So if I've ever got a spare moment, I kind of want to do that.
Yeah, that's fair dues.
Which is my issue with reading a lot of the time. It's like, I could read a book or I could play a game.
Yeah.
And usually the game wins. But
I guess they're both forms of escapism. Nothing wrong with that. I think for me, because if I sit down, I mean, everyone sit down. I'm about to drop a big, shocking law drop here, but I struggle to relax. And so when I'm at my computer, if I look across and I've got a Discord message, then I'll be like, oh, I should sort this out. And then I'll see my email and be like, oh, I should just read this. I should just reply to this, blah, blah, blah. And even if I'm it's the danger of having two monitors. Even if I'm playing a game on one monitor, I will just be dropping in and out of work constantly. So the only way I manage to shut that down is if I stay downstairs, I sit on the sofa and I read book. But then even then I'll fall for it because there are many words I don't know. And occasionally I have to look them up on my phone. And then I'll be just doing stuff on my phone. And about 10 minutes later, I'll be like, I was reading a book. How did I get here? So even then I'll slip into it. But yeah.
Yeah. I find that I am better if I'm playing a game. I'm more likely to just focus on the game. It's if I'm doing other stuff at my PC. Yeah, I'll start being distracted by stuff.
Yeah.
But with a game, I tend to I'm okay at just focusing on that. But with reading, I kind of know that I'll get distracted. So my brain's don't even bother. Which is really bad. But because I like sitting down and reading. And when I can do it, I'm I enjoyed that. But I have to really be in the right place. I have to be, I don't know, on a plane or on holiday and stuff like that to sit down and do it in my flat. It might be you say, a working from home thing, but I really don't feel like I can stop and relax in my flat to read.
That's fair dues. I get it
which
with
probably isn't a good thing.
When I start reading a book, conditions must be perfect. For that first page, I have to be sat comfortably with no distractions, no sounds, all of that stuff. I have to, but once I'm into the book, I can read on the train, I can read on the bus. It doesn't really bother me. Also, the other day when I was on one of the trains, because I have to get 3 different ones, and on the first train, there was someone, a fully grown adult man, banging an empty plastic bottle on the table, and I couldn't, that was all I could hear.
God.
And I was close to
Kicking off.
gigging off. I was just there like, I should say something. It's just like, it's driving me mad. But yeah, usually, like, I got burnt when I was at home because I got so into reading my book. I did not realize that the sun had come round and I was now sat in full on sun. I was just suddenly like, I'm not in the shade anymore. I was like, why am I really warm? Oh,
Oh no.
oopsie. But yeah, Alex is so much better than I am though, because he can literally just sit and read whilst I'm like, I'll be doing Duolingo and stuff and he'll just be reading through it. And I'm just like, how are you doing that? Because I can't read if I have like other voices going along a lot of the time. Like if Alex is watching the tennis, I couldn't read because there's the commentators and stuff. But
Yeah.
he can just read through a lot of things and sleep through
No,
a lot
I
of
would
things.
be like that. Like external noise, especially, I would really struggle to focus.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that one.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'm in the process of building a garden bench.
Oh,
We
yeah.
started it last night and it turns out, like, don't get me wrong, I love putting together furniture. If I could just work as someone who, maybe I should sign up to Airtasker and just offer to make people's IKEA furniture because I love it. This is like beyond anything I've ever done. You have to, first of all, you have to use an electric drill, and it's like you have to drill pilot holes for everything because there aren't pilot holes. It doesn't just slot together. So I've had to actually just be like measuring stuff and then drilling pilot holes before I put in the actual screws and measuring it to make sure this pilot hole doesn't go in too deep and all of this stuff, which I'm just like,
God.
is usually like I started it and then I just looked at Alex and I was like, should we get someone to do this? Because I lost faith in myself and I was like, no, you can do it. I just have to, measure twice, drill once. I just have to, like, I know I'm capable. I just have to give it time and really plan it out. But yeah, I was hoping to have it done already, but because I've been doubting myself every time I put drill to wood, it's taken a long time. And then
Aww.
yesterday, I started like assembling and inventorying all the pieces of it just to make sure everything was there. And one of the slats of wood that is at the actual bench bit that you sit on had like, I can't think how to describe it. It like it sort of peeled and split so that there was like a sharp bit where you sat down.
Right.
And I spent ages thinking like, oh, I don't know what to do. And luckily my neighbor came out to water his garden. He's like super handy. So I showed it to him and he was just like, oh, it's okay. I can glue that bit down. I can clamp it, blah, blah, blah. And he's like glued it for us and he's clamped it. So it's ready to go. And then I was lying in bed. I couldn't sleep last night. And I was like, I could have just taken the slat out and turned it over and drilled it back in. It would have been fine. I was like, why did I not think of this 6 hours ago?
Oh.
So he's gone to all that trouble of like,
hard. If you're not used to it, it's tough.
yeah. So I think even now he's glued it, I will just turn it the other way up and put it in so the smooth edge is there. Just in case, just because it's a bit gluey now. But yeah. I put together my little shed the other day. That was good fun. But that already had the pilot holes and it was just a screwdriver jobby, not an electric drill. So I was more at home.
I need to get a new shelf for my office space because my Pikachus are getting out of control.
Your Pika cups runneth over.
Yes. I cannot hold all of these Pikachus. And the little shelf that I have is just too small. It's too thin. As much as I like it. And it was very nice when I first got it. It's just too small now. The problem is it's a corner.
Yeah.
And it's not a perfect, 90-degree angle on the corner. It's like, I don't know, maybe 100 degrees. It's my whole flat is just off, the angles are all over the place. It's so hard to put things in corners. So something. I was wondering about and this would save on drilling, one of those big nets that you can put in on the ceiling.
A
that
Pika
you can just
hammock.
fill with that you can just fill with plushies. You know?
Yeah.
I think that would be cool, but I don't want it to just look like I have a net and I've just filled it with crap. You know, I want it to look nice.
Yeah.
It needs to look, aesthetically pleasing.
That
But
reminds me,
yeah.
when I was at home, I was watching Bargain Hunt with my parents because that's like our
Mhm.
lunchtime viewing. And I I must have told them that we had applied because my dad kept on asking, he was like, what would Kirsty go for? Like, would you and Kirsty be going for the same stuff when you're on the show? All of this stuff. I was like, I don't know if we go for the same things, but they had
Aw.
these really cute, like porcelain cats that my
Yeah.
parents said they always make a profit. Whenever people have bought them on the show, they always make a profit. And I was like, I could see
Mhm.
Kirsty going for those, to be fair. There was one that was very taboo
Oh.
looking. A lot
I
of
could
the
be tempted
stuff.
by a porcelain cat.
Like, there was one of the things that someone bought. It was this like bronze Buddha, and
Yeah.
they paid £200
Bloody hell.
and they lost £140 on it. And I was like, I would hope we wouldn't do that.
We were
But
watching it the other day, me and my mum, and I think somebody bought, I don't know if it was like some sort of candlestick or a light fitting or something, and it was awful. It was so ugly.
yeah.
And we were like, they're going to lose so much money on that. And they ended up making like £150 profit.
oh,
And we were just like, what
wow.
who's buying this?
Yeah.
You never know.
Well, it's like one of
I
the
am.
items that one of the teams made a profit on was this little like silver baby's rattle, but it was broken. Like one of the rattly bits wasn't there. And I was just like, why is someone buying like an old broken rattle? Like, why did
Yeah.
that make a profit?
This is so strange. Like, some of the stuff that people buy is just odd. I feel like I would find things on Bargain Hunt that I love,
Yeah.
and it would just make no profit. But yeah, I'd probably go for nice jewelry, any like game memorabilia, like old board game crap, like old dice or whatever. They rarely find stuff like that, but if I saw any, I'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe like anything like cat or rat related, but I think you'd be much more likely to find cat things.
Yeah.
But that would be me.
I always
What
go
about you?
for or the things that always intrigue me. I love just little silver things, whether it's like little like pill boxes or snuff boxes or just those sort of like, just cute little ornamental silver is what I always
Yeah.
like. And these never do very well, but I love wooden boxes. Like, you know, the sort of fancy wooden boxes that when you open them up, they're always just filled with some disappointment because nothing is fancy enough to actually be like, ooh. But yeah, those sorts of ones I love.
Yeah.
What we could do if we ever did get on is use it as a chance to buy at a high price because we're not paying for it, these things. And then we have people looking out for it at the auction and they buy them cheap at the auction for us.
Yeah. Cheat is what you're saying.
Yay!
We should cheat. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Because I do sometimes wonder, like, how far is the auction house from the place they buy them? Because do people, did the Buddha person, because they initially said 300 for that. Do they see the bargain hunt crew? And they're like, I'll just whack the price up and then I'll buy it back again and I'll put it up for sale.
I think they're usually pretty close. Most of the time, anyway.
Yeah.
At least in the same region. So yeah, they could do. They could just whack up the prices. They definitely whack up the prices for the bargain hunt people anyway. I think.
Yeah.
There's no way they don't see a bargain hunt fleece and go, oh yeah, I'm making some money today.
Yeah. These are people not spending their own money. They don't really care.
Oh my gosh. Oh god, the things they make the people do on Bargain Hunt now though, it never used to be this wacky. It used to just be people on Bargain Hunt and David Dickinson or Tim Wonnacott was the wacky one.
Little bit
But
of
now,
lolly.
yeah, and now they take something that these people do and they grab hold of it and they rub it in your face. Like there was a guy on there who was like, I don't know, a scientist. He worked in a lab or something. And they were like, we're taking that and we're running away with it. And it was like, your special buy is to find something science related. Oh my God, you like science, don't you? You're a science man. Oh, wait, you work in a lab. You're a big scientist. Oh, do you wear a lab coat? Oh my God, did you know Einstein? Blah 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 blah. And they make them do these weird little flourishes at the start of the episode. It's like they spin around and point at the camera like, well, we are under no illusions. We've run the tests and we are gonna win Bargain Hunt today. And it's just like, oh my God.
I did see that. Like, because the one I was watching, I'm guessing that they're fans of rugby, but at no point did it mention it. But then their introduction was just like, we're gonna tackle the opposition and we're gonna, score a try to find the good thing. And I was just like, why are you saying this? Like, this is so this isn't how people talk. What are you on about?
No, it's just so weird.
And then their things they had to do, they had to find something with a button and something with a chain.
Yeah.
Which I guess is like, that's not too bad. But they've also, I don't remember them when they started doing the, like, one of your buys has to be over £75. But I wonder if they brought that in because people were
used
just
to go
buying,
on and just spend £3.
Yeah, and then they were sort of guaranteed to make a profit, and then they'd get their golden gavel. But then again, some of the experts, they're so useless. Like, if you gave them that much money, they would just spend it all on something ridiculous and make such a loss. Like,
yeah,
they're just like,
I feel like sometimes they're like, what is the most useless piece of shit I can buy?
Yeah.
And hand to these people and pretend that it's good.
Or like, can I go to my mate's stall and just buy something from them? Because you're like, you're meant to be an expert. I have no idea about any of this stuff. And I'm watching it going, that's going to make a loss. Like, don't do that. Dear, oh dear. I think it tends to be the sort of like,
Bargain Hunt.
Yeah, we would. But like, if any of the experts, this sounds bad, but if it's a posh bloke, they're usually useless. It's all of them, because I get the feeling
it's
that
true.
They've been like raised with money and they don't really have a concept of what it is.
Whereas if I think of some of the ladies, like Anita was always
I was
really
going to
good.
say Anita.
Yeah,
Anita
she was
always
the
my
best.
favourite.
And there's the other lady with the brown hair. I can't remember her name, but she's always really good as an expert.
I only remember the one with like the blonde bob called Catherine because of that episode where...
I might be thinking of Catherine. Maybe she changed her hair. Hang on.
There's that bit where...
Dreamies. They're not dreamies. He's got zoomies, so he's running around very loudly.
Her expert buy was like little sugar tongs, but they're sometimes called nips. And there's that clip where he's like, let's see what the auctioneer thought of Catherine's little nips.
Catherine's little nips. Yeah, I've just Googled Catherine. She's very good as well.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I think we're onto something here.
I mean, some of the blokes are okay, but it just seems to be the ones that are particularly posh will just be like, oh yeah, I spent like £80 on it, and then the auctioneer will see it and be like, I've put 15 to 20 on this. You're just like, oh.
Oh no.
Yeah. Because it was one of the, I can't remember his name. He's got like a beard and he's bald and he wears glasses. But it was him that was just like, instead of going for, so one of them wanted to go for this table. It's like a white table with that sort of blue pattern that's a bit like, it was obviously trying to imitate the like Dutch pottery style. And it was a pretty little thing, like, but it was £140. But he said, no, go for I think the Buddha stands more chance. And then the Buddha made an £140 loss. And I was like, even if they bought the table, unless it sold for literally nothing, they would have done better. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I remember, they do those like little information bits in between. There was one of those where they were selling like a pair of Queen Victoria's pants and it went for like a ridiculously high amount.
Hell?
Like, why would anyone, like, how, first of all, even if you could confirm they were Queen Victoria's, why would you want them? And
Yeah.
secondly, how can you confirm that they were? Like, you're just buying old pants for like thousands of pounds. Madness. Anyway.
I wonder if they do those anymore, the little information bits in the middle.
Pants.
Not Queen Victoria's pants, no. They definitely don't do those anymore.
The one I was watching they visited like a big manor house and showed like it was things that were near to where they were doing it, and it was very informative, very good. But yeah, no pants in this one.
No pants.
Shall we hear a dream? I realise we've spent a lot of time talking about Bargain Hunt.
We have. Sorry, non-UK people that don't know what Bargain Hunt is, but maybe this is a sign to go and watch some Bargain Hunt.
Yeah. Maybe we should do our own good Bargain Hunt where
I've been saying this.
Take the Patreon money. We both go to a boot sale and then we sell it on eBay. see who makes the most profit.
Yeah.
Although, do they take? I guess they can't take like the actual auction fees into account with it, because you wouldn't actually make that much as they like when they make a pound profit, they wouldn't actually make that.
Hunt.
Yeah,
they do on like what's the other one, like Antiques Roadshow, maybe ?
Oh, okay.
Or do they take this to auction on that one? Maybe not Antique. I can't remember. One of the shows they do take the thingies into.
What's the one where they sell stuff found in what's in my attic or something?
I don't know if they do that one anymore.
Loft. What was it called?
No, it's Cash in the Attic.
Cash in the Attic.
I don't think that's on anymore.
Oh, okay.
But that was always a really good one. I liked Cash in the Attic.
Yeah. I don't think I ever actually saw it. Bargain Hunt was always the staple.
Yeah.
In this house, we watch Bargain Hunt.
We watch Bargain Hunt. I like Cash in the Attic because it speaks to my hoarder, personality. I'm like, yeah, my stuff might be worth something.
Yeah.
Someone might buy a vintage Pikachu.
Maybe.
But
you'd never get rid of them.
True.
Oh, okay. I have brought forth a dream. I have no memory of it, but I guess let's just give it a listen.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. I had this dream that started off that I was playing this game with Alex, and it was on like really old, like the old BBC computers, and I was playing like the president of a company, and he was the vice president of it, and all it was that you sent emails and played mini games. And then I think I just got this email pop up saying like shark attack or something, and I was like, oh, it restarted the game for me. I was like, oh, I just lost. And then it turned into I was looking at all the email addresses you could collect. They were just up on the wall for some reason. And Mark and someone I went to uni with were both there. And it turned out that they were engaged. And I was just like, what? I didn't even know you knew each other. That's mad. And then I was like, there was at one point where I was collecting stickers. I don't remember what that had to do with anything, but there was also stickers there. But then me, my sister, and the woman from uni were travelling somewhere, and we were in the back of an Uber, but it was just like this little red car, I think, and we were travelling across this bridge, and then the car just like veered off, and we went into the river, and immediately we were like, unplug your seatbelts, wind down the windows, you've got to like let it fill up and then you can swim out. And we all got out fine. And then we were just like on the pier, and this doctor turned up and was just checking on all of us. And all of a sudden, like the shock just hit, and I was like feeling sick, and I was just like, oh my gosh, what's just happened? And I was just going around like checking on like my sister and the other woman, and was just like, oh. And then there was another bit, I think there was something to do with like a dinner party, but I don't remember. The end. Bye bye. Bye bye.
The end. Bye. Short and sweet.
Yes. I do remember when the car went into the lake. It was really weird. It was like going down the road, and then there was a bridge that was like, you know, the sort of style of bridge that goes from goes into Wales with like
No,
so
I've never been.
I guess I imagine a very small version of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Okay.
With like one of the ones with the big high things either side.
Yeah.
And it was a bit like that. And we were going down the road and then we came up to the bridge, but we just somehow in that weird dreamy way, the car like just went straight at a diagonal across over the top of the bridge. And that's when I was like, something's not right here. we should be on the bridge, not flying over the bridge. And then, yeah, we just plummeted into the water.
Oh my God. Was it like scary? Were you scared in your dream? Did you wake up scared?
I just remember feeling very like I was just going over it in my head. I was like, we were very slowly sinking down and I was just telling everyone, okay, unplug your seatbelts. Don't want it to get jammed. Now we're going to roll down the windows. You do have to, because they do say don't try and fight the water at first. Let it come in, fill the car up, and then it's easier to get out without working against flow. Obviously that's terrifying to do when you're in a scary situation, but it's like I just went through this tick list in my head and I was like, okay, now we're going to wait, now we can leave. And then we all just got out and it was just like, oh yeah, it's fine.
It's very, very practical. Good job.
And then it just suddenly hit me and I was just like, oh, I remember that feeling, like just being so just like shaking and just being like all the adrenaline hitting.
Yeah.
But I do worry about that, which will be a surprise. Me worrying. Oh, who would have thought? But whenever I'm in an Uber with someone and we go over a bridge, I do just get this thing of like, what if the driver just gets caught in the void and just whoop into the water? Just whoop. Just a wee.
Bye-bye.
And I remember the day after this dream, I was on a bus. And obviously there's a lot of bridges in Bristol because you've crossed the river many times. And I was thinking, what do you do if you're in a bus and it goes off? I guess you don't have to undo your seatbelt.
Off a bridge?
Yeah. I guess, is it the same principle?
You get the little hammers and you smash the window.
Oh, yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
That was my anxiety this week. I looked up accident because that was all I could think of for, I mean, maybe car is more relevant, but it says dreams of being injured, murdered, or killed occur relatively frequently, and attention needs to be paid to the specific circumstances of the dream. We are usually receiving a warning to be careful or to be aware of hidden aggression, either our own or others. Such dreams may highlight anxieties to do with safety or carelessness or fear of taking responsibility. Well, I sort of took responsibility, to be honest, because I was like, come on, everyone. Let's survive.
You definitely took responsibility.
I can't think of a time recently that I've particularly been thinking about cars going into water.
When did you have this dream?
So this was on the 13th of August I recorded it. So it would have been on Tuesday night last week.
Oh, okay. So, because I don't know if it was the last time we recorded Comfort Zone or the time before, but do you remember we were talking about how both of us would react in like stressful situations? We were talking about fight or flight, but I said, I think if there was really an emergency, I think you would lock in and deal with it and I would panic.
We would switch roles.
Yeah. I mean, if I was in a bus that went off a bridge, I think I would try and find the little hammer and smash the window.
Yeah.
But I like to think that I would.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Speaking of which, I remembered that someone I know, this is a bit of a leap, but I was thinking about it yesterday. I was thinking about discomfort zone things that we could do. And I remembered that someone I know has a tarantula And I was like, I wonder if
Oh,
they would
cute.
let us go and hold the tarantula. Because the thought of it terrifies me. But I know that tarantulas, especially ones that people keep in this country, aren't really going to do anything.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm a fly. It's not
It's
like
true.
in, big spideys in other countries.
I think I'd be okay holding a tarantula. Big bugs, like really big bugs, they don't bother me as much as little bugs. But it's little bugs and how they can sort of get anywhere that bothers
Yeah.
me. But big ones, I'm like, he's right there. He's just a big guy.
Well, she
I'm fine
also
with that.
has giant centipedes.
That's not that's a whole different
I was
ballgame.
gonna say
They can stay away from me.
Yeah. Oh, I find
I'm not
it
a
funny
centipede. Enjoy it.
how insects are such little. Okay, I'll preface this with I know they are from this planet, but they're such little aliens.
Well,
Like when
I
you
don't
zoom
know.
in, like I took a photo of a bee the other day, the one that I sent you, and I was just zooming in onto their face, and I was just like, they're such funny little guys.
Yeah.
Like their little faces, little eyes, just all of whatever the heck mandibles are going on, all of that stuff. It's such a different world for insects.
Well, it's like if you look at like guys that live under the sea, they're terrifying.
yeah,
It's not like they're from this planet, but maybe we're not from this planet, and they're the natives,
yeah.
You never know which of us showed up on a meteorite one
They're
day.
looking at us like, look at these weird little. Where are all the rest of their limbs? They're so smooth. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, there's just something alien about them. It's weird.
I realized when I picked up the dream book, I accidentally picked it up onto the page that says God/gods. And because last week I dreamt about Dionysus. Unfortunately, he not in this book. But it turns out that is actually a little bit with like Apollo, Heracles, Adonis, Mercury. Well, not Mercury, Hermes, Ares, but listed as Mars, and Zeus. And I was just like, I just wasn't expecting there to be such a detailed thing. I wouldn't have even, like, when I mentioned Dionysus, I was just like, well, I'm not looking him up. He won't be in there. But turns out there is a section.
That's cool.
And on the next page, there's all the goddesses as well.
What are some of the examples? Like,
well,
how do they know? How do they know what it means?
The beginning bit just says, when we dream of God, we are acknowledging to ourselves that there is a higher power in charge. We connect with all humanity and therefore have a right to a certain set of moral beliefs. We all have needs for love and approval, which can only be met through our understanding of our childhood. It then says, in a woman's dream, dreaming of mythical gods will help her to understand various aspects of her personality, whereas in a man's dream, he is linking with his own masculinity and his sense of belonging to himself and therefore to the rest of humanity. So I guess whatever it is, it makes men feel manly, whereas if you're a woman, there's a bit more nuance. I think it's trying to get at. So for instance, Adonis signifies health, beauty, and self-adoration. Apollo
makes sense.
Very on the nose. Apollo signifies the sun.
Oh, okay.
It is interesting that also it's just giving a little bit of unnecessary Greek mythology. This book is me.
Oh, I didn't think you'd ever call it unnecessary.
Well, that's true, actually. Where it needs more, because it says Apollo signifies the sun and taught Chiron the art of healing. It is interesting that although Heracles was taught the art of healing by Chiron, when he accidentally shot Chiron, the latter was not able to accept healing from him. So this just is nothing to do with what it means in dreams. It's just a little bit of
some Greek mythology.
Yeah. Ares as the god of war symbolizes the drive we require to succeed. Hermes suggests communication, often of a sensitive sort. Zeus is the king of the gods and signifies fathering in both its positive and negative forms. That's a fair assessment, I feel.
Yep. That tracks.
Yeah.
Ah,
There
very
you go.
interesting. I have not dreamt of any Greek gods.
Oh my gosh, I was curious what it would say for goddesses, and it says, in a woman's dream, a goddess will clarify the connection to the unconscious that exists between all women and female creatures. Did you know that we are unconsciously linked with every woman everywhere?
All women
of all
are
species.
the same.
It is the sense of mystery of a shared secret. Okay, women, keep your secrets.
They're full of secrets.
Which is such an intangible force within the woman's psyche. In the waking state, it is that which enables women to create a sisterhood or network among themselves in order to bring about a common aim. To dream about goddesses, therefore, is to accept our right to initiation into this group. In a man's dream, the goddess figure signifies all that a man fears in the concept of female power.
Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah, there you go.
Some of these.
This book is just the women are colluding.
It is. It is. My God. What a time.
Yeah.
Have you dreamt of any Greek gods ever?
I mean, other than my Dionysus dream, surprisingly for me, no. They do not visit me as often as I would like them to. Invitation? Any Greek gods listening?
Any Greek gods?
Not Zeus.
Not you.
I don't need to explain that to Alex.
You stay away.
Well, you see, darling, the golden rain came down, and then before I knew it.
I have a dream. If you would like it.
Yes. Give me that dream.
I had it a while ago, and I don't actually know if I've said it on the podcast. I might have. Actually, when I was looking, I found another tiny one, which I feel like I might have read out once upon a time, but it's so small. I'm going to read it out again, just in case. So this isn't my main dream. This is an extra bonus one. In someone's house. Had to pack my stuff to go home and choose what to keep there. I had to drive in a big van and the brakes didn't work well. Walked through the streets with all our stuff and was dropping it constantly. Was in an arena and a band was playing. They were all wearing horse head masks and we were making horse jokes. I can't remember if I've read that one out. Someone can let me know, but there's a little baby one as a treat.
I don't remember you saying that, but I'm sure if you did, we would have said something about Big Horse, it's a dream or something. Or
True.
Why the long face.
This is when the comments are like, yes, you did say exactly that. But that was from March, so that was a while ago. But, okay, so I have one that is from the beginning of July, which I have not read out.
Nice.
And here it is. It's just kind of a little bit long. I was in school and we went on a break. I went to the toilet, but a lot were taken, so I waited. Eventually, a girl that I went to junior school with called Katie came out of one of the toilets and it looked like she'd cleaned it, but it didn't have any toilet paper. Okay, I've written, she did another one, so I went in there. So I assume she cleaned another one?
Yeah.
I had a wee, and then I had black spots in my vision, which turned into letters in a grid if I focused my eyes. I got up and I tried to put my tights back on, but the shower kept starting. There was a shower in this toilet, and I got soaked. I left the cubicle and I noticed that one of my legs wasn't in the tights properly, so I had to go back in, but the shower was still on, so I got more wet. Eventually, I got out of the cubicle, but I'd taken so long, I was trying to think up excuses for my teacher because I'd literally just come out of, I was meant to be on a break and it must have gone back at that point. It had been like an hour and a half, I think. Hang on a minute. So this then goes into a completely different dream, but I remember the end of this other dream, which isn't on here. Maybe I cut it out in my sleep. But basically, I ended up in the ceiling. Like one of the, like at school, they'd have those square, like foam tiles, like that got lifted up. And I was up in the ceiling and the teachers were going through the corridor And all the while I was like, how am I going to explain having been out of the lesson for so long? And I actually think, do you remember the in fact, I might have read this out. Do you remember the dream I had when I took hot chocolate out to people?
Yes.
I think that was the end of this dream.
Oh.
So I either missed that or I read this dream out in the past. But yeah, I'm pretty certain that I ended up taking hot chocolate to people out in the end of that dream.
Yeah.
So, and there's then a second dream that overlaps this dream here. I dreamt I bought a house. My dad and my brother were driving the van there, and we were going through Tilbury to reach it. Tilbury is a town in Essex where I used to live. We drove through really narrow streets and stacks of mattresses that someone was selling. When we got through them, we stopped the van because my brother had knocked something over and he got out to prop it back up. But then he found some sake and started laughing and drinking with the people that were selling the mattresses, I think. He gave some to Dad and they both started getting drunk. I got angry and I decided to walk the rest of the way to the house because they weren't getting in the van and I needed to get there. My brother caught up and I told him he wasn't coming in and to go away. He kept following me and then he sobered up. Once we were nearly there. We were walking through a field. We get to the house and it's a bit old and full of random crap. It feels a little bit haunted and I'm scared to be there alone when the others leave for the night. The neighbourhood children keep sneaking their heads around the windows as if to case the joint. While Dad is fixing stuff up, I go around and I lock all the ground floor windows. Then a delivery driver shows up with McDonald's that Dad ordered for us. But an annoying kid has stolen a burger and is eating it. But Dad overordered, so we were like, whatever, and we closed the door and we ate our food. There you go.
Oh.
So that was that.
Yeah.
That was the dream. A whole mess of dreams. I feel like I should go back and delete all of the dreams in my notepad now because I'm pretty sure I've read them all out. That was like housekeeping.
I was hoping that shower would be in the book, but it is not.
Is it not?
No.
Huh.
I'm wondering if like washing? I mean, we've definitely looked up toilet.
Or like just bath or something or cubicle?
Bath might be there. Bath. Bandage, barber, beads. I've gone too far. Bath,
Beads.
bathing.
Ah.
When we dream of being in the bath, it may indicate the need for cleansing of some old feelings, the need to relax, to let go. We have an opportunity to contemplate what has occurred in the past and to adopt new attitudes. There you go. Just move on, love.
Just move on.
Get over it, mate.
Yeah.
So what was it that you had got fully dressed, but you had to go back in for something, and it made you soggy?
Yeah.
Because
my tights weren't on properly.
That
So
is horrible
I went to
feeling.
the toilet. Yeah, I went to the toilet. As I was sitting there, the shower started, and I was like, jeez. And then I put my tights back on, stepped outside, and was like, oh, they're not on properly. It's like, you know, if you've got socks on under your tights and the socks sort of fall down.
Yes.
And it's difficult to pull the socks back. Not that you would like do that most of the time, but you know, if you, I don't know, changed after PE and didn't take the socks off or something weird like that. It was kind of a similar feeling. It was like, oh geez, I can't just pull the tights up. There's something that I need to sort in a cubicle. So I went back in and the shower started again. It was one of those dreams, and I mention it all the time, with the multiple toilet cubicles that aren't fit for use.
Yeah.
They were being cleaned this time. This girl from school was cleaning them, but they had showers in them above the toilets, which is not very good.
That's what when I went onto the sleeper train, you get a little toilet cubicle and the shower is just above it and you just have to shower over the toilet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
So it is something that, I mean, I think I've seen things like that in like tiny houses as well. And like whenever you get like in like TV or a film when someone's fallen down in the world and they're looking at flats they can afford, and I've seen them in those sorts of situations as well.
Yeah.
So that you do get them. But I keep getting snagged on the thought of putting tights on after just having a shower. The thought of it makes me feel so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like slightly damp legs and tights. I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah. That to me, that's just the like going swimming with the school experience.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I remember, I don't know if this is like something every school had, but for some reason, the toilet paper in the swimming pool block was like tracing paper.
Yes.
It was like awful. I don't remember it being in the rest of the school, only ever in that block. And it was like, why? Why would you do that?
Why?
Why?
Yeah, no, we had tracing paper, toilet paper as well. I think, I don't know if it was in the actual school. I feel like it was for a time.
Yeah.
But I don't understand it at all. Like, there's cheaping out and then there's really cheaping out. Like, geez, I'm sure you can get something a bit nicer for cheap.
Like no absorbency whatsoever.
No, you're just sort of rubbing everything around at that point, just smearing poo everywhere. Like, God, what? Why would anywhere want to stock that kind of toilet paper?
Welcome to comfort zone. I do have such a memory. I don't know if this is weird, but I have such a memory of the swimming pool at school and when you had swimming lessons in winter and you'd be freezing cold and then the first wee that you would do having been swimming when you were freezing cold and you'd just be like, it's surprisingly warm. I don't know why.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. It's just that sort of like, oh, it's nice that I still have some body heat.
Oh my God.
I don't know why that's such a prominent memory for me.
Yeah. These are all memories that we share, I think.
Yeah.
Especially that toilet paper, which I will never forgive.
Yes. It was just so weird.
I hope that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
I hope that's been phased out because it's cruel and inhumane.
Yes. And just useless as well.
And just straight up useless.
Yeah. God, getting changed after swimming was just such a... I mean, you're already at an awkward age of life and then to just, be trying to like get dressed under a towel and all of that stuff is just...
Yeah. Did you because we would go to the local swimming centre and they had changing rooms for schools specifically, and it was just a room where everyone had to change in front of each other. Like they split boys and girls, but like that it was just awful.
Yeah.
Like trying to get off a swimming costume, it's like, no, I'll just put my uniform on top of it. Be damp.
I'll just have a damp patch in the shape of a swimming costume. Dear, oh dear.
Oh, God.
And just having wet hair for the rest of the day as well.
Yeah. Stinking of chlorine.
Yeah.
I remember that feeling of like, not just with the school, but just we used to go swimming a lot when I was a kid. Just that feeling of leaving the swimming centre and like the cold air outside hitting you with your damp hair.
Yeah.
That's kind of nostalgic to me.
I also remember, I don't know if this is a strange thing, but I remember I used to like the smell of my arms after I'd been swimming.
I do. I still do. Yep. I love smelling like chlorine after going swimming.
I'm glad it's not just me, because that could have gone either way where you're like, you what?
You what?
But yeah, I just remember being in lessons, whatever it was after swimming, and just sort of smelling my arm, just like, that's nice.
It's just that nice sort of bleachy smell. It's like, oh,
yeah. Lovely. Wonder if they sell it as a perfume.
Oh, yeah, it's just a bottle of bleach.
Oh my gosh, and going through the little like Veruca foot bath things. Did you have...
I don't know that we had those. But I never got a Veruca, so I mean maybe we did. I think because I used to go to Hitchin Swimming Centre when I was a kid, and I don't remember them having that. I feel like maybe they had something in the bit before you go to the outdoor pool, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't really think they did. And they don't now. I can say that much.
That's the thing. I don't remember ever seeing them in like public pools. But my school, I mean, it makes it sound like a fancier school than it was, but it did have its own pool. And that had the little Veruca foot baths. And I remember thinking that Verucas were going to be a much bigger deal in life than it turns out they are. But they were made out to be such a big thing when you're at school.
Is it all the adverts as well for like
bazooka,
the
that veruca.
Bazooka, that veruca. Like it would always be like, geez, is everybody walking around with verucas?
Yeah.
Christ.
And then having
luckily.
name of the girl in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory be Veruca.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you? This is my son, Wart. It's just such an odd. I mean, is it actually a name or is she named something horrible
named for
because she's not nice?
She's named for the foot wart Veruca. Because she's supposed to be unpleasant.
Yeah. Dear oh dear.
I want to go swimming.
Me too. And I really want to go back to the New Forest. I was looking up how far it is to walk from the local, like the nearest train station to the campsite we stayed. Because I was like, could I just go to the New Forest? I just have this urge to just be outside with the sound of rain on the tent and a horse maybe eating the tent.
Yeah.
And there being a cow.
Oh.
It's just nice.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to go for another camping trip.
Go camping in the Forest of Dean whilst we do aerial gorilla.
Yeah, exactly.
My mum was
I had someone in my
out.
Discord posted a picture and said, I have an aerial gorilla near me. Oh my God, aerial gorilla.
Well, it's like my mum was reading out these like, I think it was things that she gets a discount on or something through some website or other. And one of the ones she read out was Go Ape. And I was like, aerial gorilla. And she was just like, huh? I was like, oh, nothing.
Oh.
Ignore me, mother.
I've never aerial gorillaed before. That's another thing we got to do.
Yeah. Hold a tarantula. Go Ape.
Yeah. You can hold the centipede.
I don't know what I would do. Like, I can't even predict how I would react. You just drop
panic.
it.
I would drop it.
Oh, because it's one of those things that I wish I was better with insects. I would love, and I appreciate, spiders, insects. I'm lumping them all together. Sorry, but I wish that I could be the sort of person who looks down, sees a spider on my leg, and just goes, "Ah, hi, little buddy." But I can't help that if I feel something on me, I do the initial reaction of just like, ugh. And I'm like, I wish I didn't get that. I wish I could be calmer. But yeah, I'm not. I think because I'm just naturally a very jumpy person. And especially when you've got long hair and your hair is constantly touching you. And so I'm constantly I'm covered in bugs.
That's the thing. Like I don't mind like having spiders knocking about. Like I let them chill if I see a spider, unless they're really big. But I had a daddy long legs in here the other day and I was like, nope, I can't do anything until that is out of the way because it flies around, they're all spindly and it might land on my head.
Yeah.
And then we're in trouble. So I had to help him vacate the building. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just if they stay away from me, it's okay.
Yeah.
But if there's any chance it doesn't stay away from me, then we got a problem.
Yeah. Or maybe I could do some sort of therapy thing. Maybe if we sit in a room and we have to close our eyes and we gently poke each other with a feather. We just have to do it until we don't flinch anymore.
I don't think that would help.
We just end up smacking each other every time.
I've been around people all my life, and I sometimes flinch if people just poke me. So it's like, I don't think a feather's going to help with insects.
I have made myself jump before when I've been in bed and one of my feet has touched my other foot. I'm like, that's me doing it. I'm just like, what is that? Oh, okay.
Who's that? Show yourself.
And then I'll watch a dog chase their tail and I'll be like, ha, so silly.
What a silly person. A silly little guy.
I love it when Tabs chases his tail. I've just never known a cat to do it. It brings me great joy.
He's not done it in a while, but he does do it. He's a silly guy. He's been so cuddly lately. I think because I was away for tiny teams.
Yeah.
When I get back from a long trip away, he's like extra cuddly. And his favorite place to sleep right now is on my lap,
Aww.
which is nice. Because usually, he doesn't stay there too long, but he's staying there longer than usual.
Yeah.
Bless him.
Whereas I had
My
the
little
thing
guy.
this morning where I've been away for a few days and I got back and Fion's way of greeting me was, "Mayhaps I shall not eat breakfast and make you worried, mother." I was just like, no.
Okay. Well,
So I spent the morning tempting her to eat things and just staring at her being like, "Are you okay?" Dear, oh dear.
just not hungry.
Yeah. Mayhaps
My
I
goodness.
shall worry you.
The babies, they do like to worry us.
Yeah.
The baby.
Well,
Well,
Kirsty, thank you for a lovely chat.
well, thank you for a lovely chat.
And everyone, thank you very much for listening. Tell us if you've heard these dreams before.
Yeah.
Or if
let
they
me
were
know if I've
new.
read those dreams out. I'll delete them now so I don't read them out again.
We should just make it an ongoing thing where we read the same dreams every week.
See how long it
until-
takes for people to notice.
Well,
Oh dear.
until next time, everyone. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And let us know if you experienced the tracing paper toilet paper.
Oh, I feel the urge to do the bargain hunt ending of like, yes, yes,
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.